Hey everybody, I'm Matt with Wacky Works. We're going to do the continuation of the black and white bowl. I got it on the lathe now, and we're going to go ahead and get it spun. It's going to be a little off round when we get started here. I centered it up with a base plate, and it's just a little tad out of round. But we'll get it rounded out, get it all rounded up here in a second, and get it running true. All right, guys, here we go. As you can see, it's pretty spalted. Got some of the resin inlays into it. I'm going to have to fill some of these holes, these worm holes here. I started filling this one here with some Starbond with some accelerator on it. I use the brown, try to blend it in some. We'll see how it looks here in a second when I cut some more of it off. Now that I got my audio hooked back up. Alright, so I flipped it over and I'm going to try to get, hopefully, all of these screws back. It's one of the most nerve-wracking. I hate leaving screws that break off into this thing, and then you gotta turn them out. Heck yeah. They all came out like a charm. There we go. Running pretty dang true. So I'm going to take a little bit off from it, and then I'm going to come back and put a Forstner bit on it and take the majority of the center out with a Forstner bit. I find it just makes it easier to hog the material out. So you all can stay tuned and watch this happen, and we'll be back after I get some of that done. Alright, so I knew this was going to happen. It usually does when you do it this way. You're going to find internal cracks, and sometimes they're bigger, and this one's pretty big. I'll probably do a little small bit of resin into it, put a little color in it, but you can see that crack is all the way through here, comes down this way. Let me see if I can get a close up of that. So you can see how deep that crack is. I'm going to take my chuck off first, just in case it comes through. Not that it's ever happened to me, but if you have a crack in a bowl, it will go through. And if you leave your chuck on there, it will fill your chuck up with resin. By the way, have you noticed my new chuck? I don't know why I needed that. Anyway, so I'm going to take the chuck off, and I'll put some resin in the back of it, or in the bottom. I mean, I don't see a crack here, but there's a small one right there, so it might come through. So I'll tape the bottom up and pour some resin into it, and we'll come back on the lathe when that's set up. This is the whole bottom in resin, and I'm gonna put it back on the chuck. There's a lot of cracks in this. Had to do it twice because the first time just sucked it right up, and I put 80 grams of resin into it, and I came back and it's like I didn't put anything into it. So I ended up putting another 160 grams into it and was able to get it filled up. So now we'll get it turned out, and those cracks should be gone. I don't know if y'all have ever got the opportunity to turn with Alumilite, but it is such a great product to spin. It's soft. It's not like, I guess it's not, soft isn't the word I'm looking for. It spins like it's soft. The ribbons that come off of it are just amazing. And get complacent and don't put your mask on. I might need to do that. Alright, so we've sanded it all down. Got it all sanded, and the last thing I hit it with triple E. I made sure it was completely cleaned up from the wax. And now we're going to do a resin coat. Okay. So what I do that is I've made this piece to go on here. I'm going to connect it to this motor, which I have locked into the bottom of this motor, and I disconnect. And that way I spin at a much lower rate of speed. My lathe will only go down to about 50 RPMs. And I find it's still just a little bit too much to be able to get this on there in an even coat. Okay, so let's see here. We're going to use Alumilite Clear Slow, and we're going to do 2 equal parts by weight. All right, and I'll take a heat gun and hit all this just to make sure it doesn't have any bubbles. Looking for any little spots that are missed. And trying to pop all the bubbles that I can. When you do the inside, it tends to build up right there at the transition piece. You'll see that even if you got marks in the resin, you get the heat gun on it, it kind of is your friend as well, because it helps even out that resin. And I'm not going to take you through this whole entire process. Like I said, I'll probably put a couple coats on here just to make sure I got it all protected. And I'll slow down at the end here and get y'all some close-ups of it. The Spalted in this thing is just amazing looking. I used Alumilite for all my resin, Alumilite Clear Slow, and then I used Eye Candy Pigments. Their pigments are great. In fact, I'm an affiliate with Eye Candy, and if you wanted to, I'll leave a code down below and a link. If you use that, you get 10% off all their pigments, but this pigment is Ninja Black, and it's a white ghost. I can't remember exactly the color. I'll leave it down below. Well, that's it, guys. That's it for me for this one. If you like what you see, go ahead and hit that like button. If you don't, you know what else to do. Always leave a message if you could, I always try to respond on your posts. and hit that subscribe. And if you want to share it with people, I'd appreciate that. Helps the channel out. Kind of new, growing. I like to see that. You can follow me over on Instagram as well for my daily what's going on. And that's it, guys. Appreciate it. Y'all have a good one. Hey guys, I've since contacted Alumilite and found out that I should have been using Alumilite Quick Coat. I've got some of that ordered. I'll use it on my next ones, and that way I won't have to do 5 different coats and sands offs. um, Lessons learned. We'll check it out on the next bowl. Have a good one.